Katy, I'm sure that for...
Yeah, it's a really difficult balance, Ranveer. Care home settings like this sadly became hotbeds of infections, particularly throughout the first wave of the pandemic, with more than 40,000 deaths due to COVID taking place in settings like this. And yet, care home managers have been told that not only can they not ask people to have the jab, but they can't even ask people that they're hiring whether they would be all right to get the jab. Well, that is about to change. It's now going to be no jab, no job. Let's bring in David Crabtree, who owns 2 care homes. He lost 16 who say the government could be sued for trying to bring this in, but they're ploughing ahead and taking things even further and discussing this week whether to make it mandatory for all NHS staff to have the jab.
Katy, thank you.
Yes, it's a really difficult one, Richard. You've got to remember, in the first wave of the pandemic, these were real hotbeds of infection, care homes. 40,000 deaths linked to COVID are taken place in settings like this. And yet the advice so far has been that you can't force a staff member to have a job, and you can't even ask a prospective staff member if they're willing to have a jab. So let's see what they make of it here. This is David Crabtree. He's lost 60. The government could be sued for bringing this in, and that it goes against people's human rights. Here's Joyce Pinfield from the National Care Association. Well, whatever your thoughts, it looks like the government is going to plough ahead with this and could even extend it to mean that all NHS staff have to have the jab if they want to keep their job. There have been more than 40,000 deaths from COVID in care home settings, and yet care home managers say they've been advised they can't force people to get the jab. They can't even ask prospective employees whether they'd be willing to get it. That is all about to change. Some unions say that the government could get sued over this. Others argue that it's absolutely fair to say no jab, no job.